Okay, so listen, you guys. Good morning. I am nothing if not obsessive, right? Like when I get interested in a topic, I want to know everything about it, which is how I ended up accidentally making myself an expert on Alex Murdoch and all of his shenanigans. Uh-oh, I hear a dog creeping up. A dog fight's about to break out. Anyway, so because this week we were watching, me and you, all of us together, are watching the obsessed ex-boyfriend murder trial. And I was like, how do you, like, okay, so I'll do a deep dive on anything. And as a result, I know a whole lot of information, but like surface level information about a ton of different topics, right? Which kind of makes me feel smart, or crazy, whatever. Choose your adventure. So, I was thinking like, but how do you get obsessed to the point that you end up killing somebody? And so this thought's going around in my head. And then I remembered there's this show on Netflix called I'm a Stalker. There's also one called I'm a Killer. That one I couldn't get into, but, maybe I should watch that one too. So that okay. Anyway, so, I was thinking about, Zach Anderson, right? And the obsessed ex-boyfriend murder trial. And so I was like, let me watch an episode of I'm a Stalker so I could get inside his head. And so I'm watching this episode where this dude describes like how he became a stalker. And I was like, oh, it kind of made sense to me. And honestly, I got a little compassion for him, but then it kind of turned a corner. So this is what happened. He was dating this girl, and they were young. They weren't that young, but they were like young-ish. And the relationship was like always a little bit crazy, always a little bit toxic. Okay. That's where I kind of stopped relating. Yes, I have had crazy, toxic relationships. God knows I have. Haven't we all in our youth? But these folks was kind of good and grown by the time they got to this point. Here's the thing. Crazy men didn't stop being attracted to me. I stopped being attracted to them. I stopped being willing to talk. You know what they say? You partner at the level of your self-esteem. And then once somebody said that to me, I was like, oh, it's not that like, only crazy men like me. My coochie has bad judgment. And so I needed to put her in check and let some other parts of my body be in charge of choosing partners. Not to victim blame, but I'm just explaining what happened. So these two people were crazy and they were kind of stalking each other. And then like, but it was like that crazy, happy, in love stalking. Anyway, so light stalking. So they were on again, off again. And then ultimately the lady got pregnant. So, okay, they had their baby, they got married, they moved in together, the relationship was still a little bit crazy. Okay, fine. And they bought a house, they had a second kid. And then there was a tragic accident and one of their children died and both of them dealt with it poorly, as you would, right? So the lady kind of shut down and was very sad and devastated. And the man took to smoking meth and crack. Always a bad decision. No matter what's going on, no matter what the question is, meth is not going to be the answer. I mean, it may be a answer. It's not going to be the right answer anyway. So once he was high, once he started getting high, his stalking just went to like the next level, and the next level, the next level. And then he ended up doing all of these crazy things. Ironically, a lot of the same things that Zach Anderson did when he was stalking his ex-girlfriend, Sadie. And then one of the attorneys or somebody was like, yeah, it's shocking that this case didn't end in murder. Oh, okay. So this dude gets arrested for his stalking. Thank goodness. Turns out you don't get that much time in jail for stalking. He was sentenced ultimately under like a DUI standard because he was drunk while he was stalking, but he still only got 2 years in prison. That's not that long. I'm going to need you to be away for a much longer time. But then when he was in prison, he wrote her letters every day. Is that not also stalking? And she was like, yeah, here's all the letters he wrote me. Big mountain of letters. He wrote me every day. Run, girl, run. He is still stalking you. It's light stalking, but that is still stalking. And then they like jump ahead in time and they're like, he's getting out of prison next week. And I was like, wait, what? And so then she was like, yeah, he wants to see his remaining child. And he petitioned the court and I didn't have the money to get an attorney. And so I let visitation resume. What? You in danger, girl. I think her name was Rachel. I was clutching my pearls. I'm not wearing pearls. I was clutching my headscarf because I was like, Rachel, this not going to go good for you. He's going to kill you. Okay, spoiler alert. He did not yet. Anyway, So he gets out of prison and he's like, okay, I've stopped using that narcotic and I've turned my life around and I'm doing better. And now I have visitation with my son, and my son is 5 or 6 years old or whatever. And all I really want is to get my family back together. Rachel, girl, I'm going to need her to rest. She's like, he's getting this one last chance, and I put cameras all around my house so you can record when he murders you. I don't know. Both of them seem to be doing better. Both of them have gotten their lives together ish. He's seeing his son every week, but all he can focus on is getting his family back together. Has anybody told him that they not getting back together? What's you like? Oh, and in his stalking, he was plotting her murder. He took a noose to her house and some zip tie. He must have hit up the Walmart murder aisle because he had all the equipment. He had zip ties. He had a noose. He had plastic bags and duct tape. He had everything. But she's like, I hope we can be friends. I understand that she didn't have the money to get an attorney to stop his visitation. Girl, you could have done that pro se. Yeah, the internet could be your lawyer. You could go to victims assistance, whatever. I'm so scared for these people because I feel like I feel like I know how this is going to work out. It's not going to work out good. It's not going to work out good. I'm so nervous for this lady. It's none of my business, but also it reminds me, people go through all kinds of crazy situations. I sincerely, from the bottom of my heart, hope that everybody gets their life together. But if past is prologue, then girl, your epilogue not gonna be good. It's not gonna be good. This is gonna be a story about how he thought he could stop stalking, but y'all started with stalking. The stalking got worse, then the stalking got better, and now that he's on stalking light, So, the moral of the story is be hard to get, right? Be hard to get and be hard to keep, because I love my husband. God knows I do. But if he comes up here showing his ass, it's not going to go good. Rachel, girl, get a gun because, listen, the judge from the case told us the other day that public service homicide was not a thing. But in that case, stand your ground. That's fancy words for public service homicide. Because if he came up in my house uninvited, he got a history of breaking in your house. Judge, I'm going to plead public service homicide. You could use this video. Oh, maybe don't. Does this make it premeditated? I don't know. All I'm saying is, if you stalk me, it's going to be an unfortunate accident. It's going to be real sad. I'm going to cry at your funeral. Oh, I'm going to be so sad. But boo-boo, that will have been a public service homicide because I'm nice. I'm not that nice. Govern yourselves accordingly and have a great day.